So for this video, I'm just going to show you how to install Windows Server 2022 as a virtual machine within VMware Workstation, just like we've shown you in class. So let's get started. First, on VMware, click File, New Virtual Machine, then just keep it at default, typical, then Next. I will install the operating system later. Basically, if we put the ISO file for Windows here, it's going to ask you for the license key. So we're just going to install it later. Next, Windows Server 2022. There we go. Next, give it whatever name you want. So mine, I'm just going to call it WinServer. Next, maximum disk size, just leave this as a default. I think that's more than enough. Next, and then customize the hardware. So it really depends on your operating system at home to how much the capacity is, but the bare minimum, at least as I've tested, is 8 gigs. You can drop this down to 4 because I had a laptop that's like 8 gigs of RAM, so it can only supply up to 4. But I would not recommend that because it's way too slow. So bare minimum for us is 8 gigs of RAM. Processors, just give it 2 cores per processor. There we go. Then let's add another network adapter over here. Click Add, another network adapter, finish. So for the first network adapter, keep it at NAT. It's going to get internet from there. The second one, usually in class, we had it as bridge replicate so that our VM, or at least the virtual machine, can connect to the real device, or core basically. You don't have that. So put it in custom VMnet 2. Custom VMnet 2. If your OS, or at least if your operating system can have enough or does have enough RAM, we can bring up a CSR 1000V and connect it there. We can perform like Radius, DNS on it, and so on. But for now, or at home, it's going to be VMnet 2. So there we go. 2 and then the ISO file. So use ISO image file and browse for the server eval ISO file that we've shared to you. And then open that. And that should be it. Yep, that's more than enough. Okay, so let's close this and then finish. So do remember, when you power this on, you need to make sure that your mouse is inside and you press the enter button, or any key really. Otherwise, you'll have to restart the thing. So power on, and then put your mouse inside, and there we go. Press any key, and there we go. If you did fail to do that, you just need to restart the operating system. Okay? So now, just press X on this, it doesn't matter. So click Next, Install Now. After waiting, select the second option, the desktop experience one. The ones that does not indicate desktop experience, those are just CLI. So choose the standard eval desktop experience. Next. Accept. Next. Custom installation. And then just click Next. Okay, it's installing updates. It's almost done. And there we go. So you can just restart now. Otherwise, it's just going to do it itself. So I'll click Restart Now. There we go. So now, let's just enter the password. So Cisco123, Cisco123. Finish. Okay, and do not press Ctrl-Alt-Delete as a VM. You press Ctrl-Alt-Insert. So Ctrl-Alt-Insert. Ctrl-Alt-Delete is still gonna work, but it's gonna kick you out of, the real PC. Something like this. Okay? So, I don't know if you saw that, but sure. Anyway, I'm just gonna log in. Cisco123. And while we're waiting, I'm gonna type this over here. So, just so you know, first off, we're gonna turn off the firewall. Next, we're gonna modify the IP. We need a static IP address for our servers. So these are the two that we're gonna do. So just click yes for this. Oh, and one more important part, okay? So between the two network adapters, press Control R, or no, Windows R, yeah, Windows R, and then enter ncpa.cpl. We need to check between these two which one is NAT and which one is VMnet2. There's two ways that we can do this. It's either I disable this port right here, so I'm just going to disconnect this one. It's the one that's supposed to be NAT. You can hover over it and just right click disconnect, and as you can see, this interface went down, meaning this is NAT. Or another option, which is going to take a bit more time, you can go to settings by double clicking in these line cards, any one of them, and then checking the MAC address for that interface. So right now, NAT has a MAC address of BE02, the last two hexadecimals. And then you can check if this guy right here, properties, or not properties, properties. Where is it? Was it sharing? No, cancel that. I think it's diagnose? Nope. There's supposed to be like a status here. Anyway, since this is NAT, since we've identified it as NAT, we're just gonna rename the connection, call it NAT or outside, whatever, and then the other one as VMnet2. Okay, VMnet2 or inside. It's up to you. Then turn this back on, and then let me see. Oh, there it is. That's where I was looking at. So you need to make sure it's on, because now that it's on, it should have the MAC address that was assigned that we've seen in this interface. I think it's like BE02 right there. Okay, so you need it turned on to check the details. I mean, that makes sense because we gotta see the speed. Anyway, so there we go. Since we've identified both of them, we need a static IP on both of these interfaces. So go to NAT, and then Properties, and then turn off IPv6 just to reduce traffic, and then IPv4, Properties. Now, okay, so I'm hoping at this point you have the network adapters for VMware set up. So let me just show it to you in case you have not done that. On VMware, click Edit, then Virtual Network Editor. If you haven't edited this, you need to add them. You need to add VMnet2. This is the setting for VMnet1. DHCP, this is the IP, this is the subnet mask. This is how you add another VMnet. Because by default, it should be just VMnet1, 8, and 0 for bridged. So you need to have these guys. Most importantly, VMnet 8, this is the settings, and this is the settings for VMnet 1 and 2. The other ones are also necessary for other labs, but for now, it's over here. So just, I'm just showing here, just pause the video so you can set it up. Okay, so I'm going to cancel it now. Let's go back here. So click on use the following IP address. And then for the IP address, set this as 208.88.100. Okay. Subnet mask /24 or 255.255.255.0. A gateway. Now, for VMware, the gateway is gonna be dot 2 for NAT. Dot 2. Dot 1 is your PC. Dot 2 is going to be the gateway, or it's the IP address where it's going to NAT your source IPs. Okay? And then for DNS, just set this as 888, and then maybe a quad 4, or actually better off with 8844. Okay, so there we go. That's going to be the configurations for NAT. Click OK, and then click Close. So next up is VMNet2. Right click, Properties, uncheck IPv6, and double click on IPv4. Use the following IP address, and the subnet IP for VMNet2 is 192.168.102, and give it an IP address of .100, similar to NAT. Next, /24, keep that as is, and then default gateway 192.168.102.1. Okay, or actually you can like remove the gateway for this because it doesn't really have anything connected to it. There we go. I'll just remove mine. And then for the DNS to work, we need to set its DNS as itself. So the loopback IP address of 127.0.0.1. Okay, and then that's it. Click OK, and then another OK. There we go. Interfaces are done. So next, press Windows button and go to PowerShell ISE. There we go. So we're just going to turn off the firewall, although we did modify the IP first. Next one is the firewall. And then right here, click View, Show Script Pane. And then just close this. This doesn't matter. And type the command set-net firewall profile. And let me make this bigger. There we go. Set-net firewall profile -name space. We have 3 domains. It's going to be private, comma, public, comma, domain. And then specify if whether they're enabled or not, -enabled with a D, and then type false. And before you run the script, press enter. Server IPs or server names are supposed to not tell others what they do. So basically, you don't call a DNS server a DNS server. So let's give it a name. Rename-computer. And just a simple name, I don't know, Snoopy or something. Like, you don't tell someone, like, oh, this is the DNS server. This is the radius server. No. You just give them an ambiguous name. Okay? So we'll keep that as is, and then press the play command. Run. There we go. And at this point, we need to restart the computer before we can continue. So one last command. Enter, and let's put a £sign on these. We don't need them to run anymore. So turn them to comments. And then to restart -computer. And then just play the thing. There we go. And we'll just wait for it to reboot. Now that it has rebooted, go back inside, Control-Alt-Insert, and then Cisco123 for the password. And it's up to you if you want to change the background, you know, just like we did, like color green or whatever. It's up to you. So at this point, your VM is ready to go for whatever labs you plan to do. So yeah, that's it.